dímelo, mi gente. ¿Cómo estás? Okay, so this is gonna be a different episode. So I was gonna talk about stuff, but I'm just gonna make this episode gonna be more of a. I'm gonna make this a review episode of shows that I watched. So I was gonna talk about Napoleon, which is a pretty good movie, but I don't think I'm qualified to. I can just say I liked the movie, and it was a cool movie. But yeah, we're gonna talk about shows that I've been watching these past month. I've watched a good 3 solid shows. I'm gonna start off with the Castlevania. I don't know why everyone hyped this show up for me. The show is, I don't know, man. It's kind of, I couldn't even finish the season 4, bro. I got up to season 4. I forced myself through season 3. Season 2 was pretty trash. It's not that good of a show. It really isn't. I don't know why people. I knew it wasn't gonna be good, but when I finally watched it, didn't like it. Did not like it. Not that good of a show. I give it like out of 10, like a 6.6. It's not even a 6, man. I give it a 5. It's not good. It's boring. It's not that interesting. It's not that good, man. Then I saw another show. It's called King and Ashura. And before I continue on, I already know what King and Ashura was. Shout outs to Jax Blade. He basically broke down the whole series and everything. I already know about King and Omega. I already know Anito Tika. I'm butchering his name. The main character. He dies. And he comes back for King and Omega. I already know all this. But I never watched the series due to the fact that it is a como se dice, a 3D anime, and I'm not watching some 3D anime. It looks trash. No, but it kind of sounds like a show I like because I've seen manga panels. And I'm like, man, this is right in my alley. Talks about MMA and breaks down combat sports, and I was like, this is literally in my alley. And I just never watched it because it was 3D. If you guys know why no one likes 3D anime, look at Berserk. That's all I gotta say. So I never watched it until one of my buddies was like, hey, you should watch it. I'm like, you know what? I already know of this series. I'm going to give this 3D anime a watch. I hate 3D anime. I know what this show is, but I'm going to see it. I'm going to see if they do a good job. And I just got to say this. This show can never be 2D. It has to be 3D animated because the way they fight and the way how detailed it is, if it's not 3D, it wouldn't go through. Because 3D animation is very like fluidity and like loose, kind of like it bends. Well, like even if it's animated beautifully, it still bends. And, like it looks loopy and fluid, and because it's 3D, you get to see like it looks so much more structured, and it's also in the world of fantasy. We're also keeping it like intact. It's like it's a better So I'm gonna say this show's characters. Amazing. They have so much different characters with so much different personality. They got Sawpang. They just have so many characters, bro. I love this show. This show has so many the characters are just so different, and it's diverse, and you can tell based on their nationalities and based on their fighting styles. It shows right there, and it just shows what they are. And and they did a good job because the man who made this show was a fight fan. And yes, I know he has a show called How Heavy Dumbbells You Lift, which is based in the same universe. So he actually breaks down how to work out on that show too, which I saw like back in 2019. So the fact that I saw this show and I knew I was gonna like it, but I didn't think I was gonna like it this much, and I enjoyed it. This is a whole 9. This is a 9.1. Matter of fact, I give it a 9.2. This show is phenomenal. Must watch. If you're a combat sports fan, or you love action, or you just love combat sports and you're not like a anime fan, you would watch this show and you would love it. It's a great show. I recommend it. Compared to Baki, it's different. Like, would these guys be Baki characters in the fight? Oh no. Is this show more informative of combat? Yes, but Baki's more of like the realm of fantasy and lunacy, which is what makes Baki great. So it's different, but I like both series. So, and King and Ashura has better fight choreography. This show is great and it's amazing. I love King and Ashura. I'm hyped for season 3. I want to see season 3. I'm gonna wait for season 3. King and Ashura is a great show, bro. And yes, after season 3, and once Onika Tika, the main character, I forgot his name, he dies. I can't wait until like Kagan Omega happens, which is where it's basically like a team v team and they fight other people. That's gonna be lit, man. I'm hyped. I'm hyped. I don't read the manga, but this show actually made me want to read the manga. I actually want to know next, and the manga looks phenomenal too. The manga looks immaculate, so I'm hyped, and I'm hyped. I'm excited, and I really love King and Ashura, man. I knew if I just, and the fact that, again, like I said before, this show has to be 3D. If it's not 3D, then you can't really see the actual visuals of the combat itself, because it's just so choreographed and so detailed that it has to be 3D just so it can fit in like the actual movement. I think they're using like 3D motion, like those suits where those like suits with the balls. I think they're wearing stuff like that because some of these fight scenes were like, wow, like it looked real. So that's King and Ashura. And then we get Jujutsu Kaisen. Man, oh man, Jujutsu Kaisen. You guys, everyone in the world and their mom has been telling me I would love Jujutsu Kaisen. And I kind of already knew about the whole Sukuna thing, but I didn't know anything about him. And I've seen multiple snippets and never really caught my eye, nor did I ever want to watch it. It looked, and it really caught my eye. I mean, nothing about this show ever made me want to watch the show. But my friends are forcing me. They're talking about it. Like, how are you going to watch Jujutsu Kaisen? So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take this time. I'm going to watch Jujutsu Kaisen. And I did. And if I can say one word about Jujutsu Kaisen, it is one word that best describes this entire... I only watched one season. And I'm just going to tell you what I know there's season 2's out. I'm just going to say this right now. The only one word describes this show. And that word is corny. This show is so mid. It's average. It's average at best. It's not that good. It's okay. Like, it's okay. It's okay. It's a okay watch. It's nothing special. It's not that good, man. It's like, it's a decent little watch. A decent little show. It's nothing grand. Nothing, like, spectacular. I wouldn't say that. It's just an average series, and I don't understand the hype for it. Like, you guys thought this. Everyone kept saying Jujutsu Kaisen's dark and it's edgy and it has anime tropes, but they do it in such a unique way, and it takes and there's what's her face's best girl, and everybody loves Yujiro, and I'm like, okay. So I watched the show, right? I literally was 14 episodes in, and I was like, what's so great about this show, man? And then I finished the series, and I'm like, bro, what's so great about season 1? I don't want to watch it next. I don't care what happens next. I really don't care about the whole Sukuna. I don't even care if there's spoilers, bro. I don't care if they captured his fingers, and they like, oh, we captured all 6 of the fingers, and you gotta find the 26 fingers. I don't care, bro. And now before, I'm going to break it down. What makes this show mid for me? All right. Because I know you're, like, after hearing that, corny. So should I just talk about, like, story? I want to start off with characters. So you got characters. They're nothing special. They're like, like, average. Like, no character is not... Like, I don't really care for any of the characters at all, man. Like, I never watched a show where I watched it. Like, I could care less about anyone's powers or how they fight or anything. Some of these characters are forgettable, too. Like, I forgot all about these characters, man. Like, if I didn't watch this show, I finished the show yesterday. Literally yesterday. And I don't care about any of the characters. Like, you got Gojo, who's basically, like, the strongest character in the series and stuff like that. But, like, I could care less. They're like, okay, he's the strongest character. He's arrogant, he's cocky, which isn't bad. That doesn't mean anything to me. There's a lot of arrogant, cocky guys in a lot of animes. Like, who cares? Okay, Bakugo's arrogant and cocky, but he, like softens up. But that's different. Oh yeah, I don't like My Hero either. I don't like My Hero. So, okay, the Yujiro, who's like, in my personal opinion, the corniest main character in the history of corny. Like, yeah, everybody loved him. He's cool. He's nice. He's just a likable character. But he has his own problems of death and his version. And he doesn't know his parents, but he's a nice, sweethearted individual. It's like, bro, it's like you just took little bits of almost every main character. Like, you took the sweetheart. You take the super likable character act from like Naruto, and he's a loner like Naruto, but then you take the sweet arc and he's not a screamer and he's quiet and everybody loves him, like, and he's just like Deku, and he's sweet, and then you got the serious badass of like Yusuke. It's like they took their favorite MCs that they liked and they like put together, but it's kind of basically like a Naruto. Like, he doesn't Naruto talk jutsu to anybody, which is okay, good, but it's not like he's anything special. He's like an average anime. He's like, in my personal opinion, he's like a default main character. He's just, and he's also very corny. Like, oh yeah, I saw that movie, but it was also boring. Hey, we should watch the movie together. It's like when he talked to that one dude whose mom died with the cigarette burns, and I forgot his name, the guy with the jellyfish, and they first meet and they were trying to see like dead bodies because his old parents died. He's like, oh yeah, I'm this cool guy, relatable, I got you, like, I'm so cool and nice and relatable and sweetheart to everybody, and everyone likes me, and he was trying to save them, and then what's his face didn't come out, and then the guy said, oh yeah, Sukuna probably just goes above Sukuna's like skill gap. Like, I can't turn humans back to shit, bro. I don't know how to do that shit. And plus Sukuna's selfish, which I didn't care if Sukuna was selfish and he did for himself. None of that bothers me. None of that ruins the show for me. But like, I don't think Sukuna at all to me was anything bad. I think Sukuna was the only character in the whole series that was like congruent to what he is. So like, I think Sukuna was my favorite character in this series. But I digress though. So yeah, like, Yuji just try hard and he's corny. Like, he likes, like, it's just like, he's like, ugh. It's just so like, he's like the definition of what anime protagonists would like to see themselves, like, not protagonists. He's the definition of what guys who watch anime would like to see themselves as if they were in an anime. They want to be physically gifted. They don't want to be strong and fast, but they don't want to be too big and too muscular. They don't want like bodybuilders, but they want to be like lean and strong, and that's how they want to be. They want everyone to like them and think they're cool and they're relatable because they like quirky things and they're also sweet. It's like the definition of what like guys who watch anime want to be seen as if they were in an anime. Like, if that gets your drift. Like, this show was made by like a weeb who wants to be seen as a weeb. How like weebs would like to see themselves in animes. Like, I know I repeat myself too much, but it is what it is. Like, that's what it is, and that's what makes it corny, because it's not like he's a character. He's what you people who watch anime want to be seen as if you were in an anime, and that what ruins the series. Like, and it makes it seem like, oh man, I love Yuji, man. This is how I want to see myself as. Like, he's that cool of a character. And the concept of death, because his grandpa died, and he goes, I want to give people a proper death. And then you realize, that, how the fuck do you do that? It's dumb. Then he changes up and becomes like, I want to die knowing people who I love are around me. Because he's such a cool, niceable person. And I knew that was going to be his problem of death too, with his grandpa. So Yuji is like main character to me is corny. And he's bland. Like Deku. He reminds me of, like, Deku. At least Deku cries a lot, but at least Deku, I don't know, man. He's, like, bland like Deku. They're both bland characters on two different opposite sides of the spectrum. So, bland and boring main character. Then the rest of the supporting cast is basically like Naruto. You got, like, the hard-ass bitch who's supposed to be the girl who's, like, angry and loud, but, like, instead of her being useless like Sakura, they made her a badass just to make you guys like, see, she best girl. She's not useless like most female main characters, like in Naruto. Like not all female characters are like Naruto, guys. Naruto is Naruto. Okay, Naruto's the one who has the useless female characters. Okay, we can watch Soul Eater. That's all I gotta say, man. Watch Soul Eater. You tell me, are these bitches useless? Like, what are you talking about? Freaking Soul Eater, Zatch Bell. What else? What else is a shonen that has like strong female characters? There's a lot, man. I can't think of right now because I'm thinking of how awful mid. And like some of these characters don't really like. They look like very like copy paste of other characters from other shows. And I get it, season 2 they go, we go more in depth, and it's like nothing about this goes more in depth, bro. Like you can try to make up a whole backstory about these guys to make them seem like their backstory is different from those other characters, but by definition, these guys are the same characters. That's like saying, you got two dudes who are womanizers, right? But one guy's a womanizer because a girl, his mom, one woman taught him how to be a womanizer, and he became a womanizer. The other one became a womanizer because his girlfriend broke up with him, and he decided to cheat on girls, and his heart's broken. So it's like one's doing it because heartbreaking, the other one's doing it because he was told to do it. At the end of the day, they're both womanizers, and it's like they both got womanizers by women. It's like, what's the difference here? Like it's the same thing. You got Uvoken. I don't know that dude's name. I'm calling him Uvoken. The dude who taught Yuji how to like control his cursed energy through his body, which like, you know, he's Uvoken from Hunter x Hunter. I saw this dubbed. I'm a dub watcher. I don't watch subs for losers. So I dub. Man, and then you got like the Sasuke of the group. I guess he's your Sasuke, you know. Urza, another strong female character. We're not talking about the other bitch. We're talking about Urza. You know, we got their Sasuke, who's kind of like, yeah, mysterious, was like, you know, he's just another broody character, and it's just like there's nothing different about him. You could change up the story, you can make him some different aspects, but you know, it's like you're trying so hard to make these characters seem so different, but they end up being corny versions. They end up being corny. Like that's what this show is. Like they're trying so hard to make everyone look so different and so cool, but like it's corny. It is corny. Nothing about this show is unique. Or it's not unique, but it's like the characters aren't unique. Sorry, I'm saying in depth. Like the characters are corny. How the powers are cool, I guess, but like the characters are just every character is. I'm sticking with the character. I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic. The characters are corny. That's number one. The girl. I mean, what can I say about any of the girls, bro? Like with that girl with the glasses reminds me of that one bitch from Bleach, the visor. I mean, she even fought with a staff like her and then a sword. I don't know why I mean these similarities, but like, it's just like, again, watching this show, it was just the characters are just, you know, average. Even the dude who got abused and bullied, the dude who got bullied, right? Who like, they show us all people die. I'm like, okay. I kind of knew he was gonna die because in the opening they had that whole big moment with him and Yuji. And then I was like, man, this man might die. And then like they focused so much character explaining his backstory, everything about him, how he got his powers and so quickly, and how he already knows how to fight so goddamn quickly. Which, by the way, I think this is probably the most gifted freaking character in the entire show because this man had a power, had a curse, had a freaking powerful curse to go toe to toe with Yuji, who has been a sorcerer longer. This man was a sorcerer for a day. This man was a curse user for a day, and he was already around the level of Yuji, who's been a sorcerer fighter and already fought monsters. So, like, it's just crazy how he's at this level. He probably could have been a threat if they actually would have like saved him or something. And whatever. I digress. Then you have the bad guy. Oh, continue the bad guy characters, which you know, I don't have any like. There's the dude with the patch, the one dude who's this guy, who I already saw a snippet of how he's like evil and they jump him and they kill him. Like, none of these characters, I'm like, the bad guys don't really, to me, they don't seem very threatening. Like, yeah, they're threatening, but they're not threatening. I'm not like, they're threatening, but to me, I was never really like, holy shit, this guy, what the freak, what the whoa, like I wasn't like, he didn't have a miasma or anything. No bad guy has that in the show, like at all. And I get in like, I guess season two, but I'm not watching season two because season one left a bad impression for me. I'm not watching season two. I'm done with this show, but like none of the bad guy characters to me seems to be very out there, and even the rest of the cast, like that whole, like no one in this show is ever like sticking out. Like the twin sister, the one with the gun, which is like, it's, I guess, I don't know. I guess that story arc with the clan not accepting her because I guess they're pathetic and they're weak. And then like the other girl's like, I don't give a damn about that shit. It was like, yeah, I really didn't give a damn either, bro. Like, why do you care so much about someone else's like problems? Like, don't stress over something that you can't control. Like, I don't care. What was the point of telling me all that? Like, you just basically explain another girl's backstory, which she explains again later on with her sister and them. It's just like, oh, so redundant. It's like my podcast. You're just saying the same thing twice. Like, it makes sense for this pod. It makes bro, it makes sense for my podcast due to the fact that our low budget. So you guys have to like, comment, subscribe to help build up. So I won't have to repeat myself so much. But this show has money involved in it, so it shouldn't be like feeling this redundant. Like you explain the whole girl's lame backstory. And I don't care if they added more context, like I became one because I was forced into it because you were one. Like, I don't care. I really don't care. I really don't care about any of these characters. That's the one thing I gotta say, man. The characters are just weak. They're very bland. They're nothing special. Like, even Gojo, I don't care about Gojo. Like, Gojo just seems like he's trying so hard. Like, the guy who wrote the show is trying so hard to make Gojo seem cocky, strong, which I know he is strong. Like, he doesn't have to say it. He's like cocky and doesn't care about anything, but it's just like, it came off corny. This is so corny. It's a corny show. And it doesn't mean it's bad. It's just corny, man. It's just a hella corny ass show. And then that's one problem is with the characters. Number two, I gotta say the story. The story is just like, it's average. Like it's not bad. Like they have to get all the fingers for Sukuna's. I don't care if I'm making spoilers, bro. Look, bro, I don't care. They just show, this is my reviews. There's going to be spoilers. So if you have a problem with it, then don't watch. So I don't care if they have to find all the fingers of Sukuna and they don't know how many fingers Yuji can handle. Whom, by the way, I had a suspicion that, someone, his family, maybe his mom, because she died when his birth, cursed him. And then I looked it up and I was right. So, like, I don't know if you're going to believe me or not, but yeah, it's true. So I believe someone was a curse user, so that's why he's able to do this bull crap. But eat his fingers, and then they have to find the rest of the fingers, and then usually they don't know if he'll live or he'll die. But if he does, he'll get exercise, and Gojo will probably be the one to do it because Gojo is like said he's stronger than Sukuna with all his fingers, and he said that. But he'll probably die, and they want to kill him because he carries Sukuna's fingers, and they don't know how much fingers he can actually like handle. So, right now they have 3 fingers at the end of season 1. So they don't know how much fingers he can actually consume. So that's okay storyline. It's not that bad. I mean, I have no problems with that. It's nothing. I've got to find the rest of the fingers. We got to see how long it can take him, and if he dies, it takes control. We'll kill him, and then we'll see if his death is proper, and everybody will come around him to see him die. Like, I don't know, something tells me at the end of the series he's going to change his mind. Like, you got to live in the life and have people around you, so this, if you do die, they'll come to you and they'll be happy, and you can have you can have your proper death. That could just fall to something corny, but I digress. The story isn't bad. It's just just mid. I know the bad guys want to capture the rest of the fingers, kind of like how they captured the rest of the tailed beast in Naruto. I can tell you this guy who wrote this show was heavily influenced by Naruto. This show, people say it's like Hunter x Hunter, which is false. This show reminds me of a Naruto Shippuden. Yeah, there's a difference in Naruto Shippuden, and I'm going to get in depth with that later on, trust me. It's just like, It's not a bad story. It's just not that grand. Just it's just like being like like telling a story how you became the number one hero. It's like it's nothing special, man. It's just how he does this and how he gets the rest of the fingers and what happens at the end. So, and I know not all stories are supposed to be grand and special. It's like One Piece is to be king of the pirates, but like the more and more this show continues, the Straw Hat crew, but Naruto trying to beat Hokage and his growth of his character. But it's like Yuji is just a bland to balance character and already good-hearted individual. It's like what do you have to do in this series to help build his character? Instead of having that stupid proper death thing to having people around him to be happy when he dies. Like what else? What else do you want us to do? Like there's no building. Like Naruto, there was a lot you had to teach Naruto about the world and his philosophy on the world and how his naivete affected him. Like part one Naruto, so it's like that's what the story has to like. That's why when it comes to Naruto, it changed like his naivete of how to treat ninjas, and then after Shippuden it was like the whole war, and Naruto's like we're not gonna have much war, we're gonna unite and not have like bitterness between the lands, even though they kind of do work together, but they're not like friends. So sorry about that. So it's just like Naruto has developed many ways. I'm sorry. Naruto has a little bit of like the world story helped change the concept of Naruto's philosophy as the show continues. And I don't know, but maybe Jujutsu Kaisen does that. But like the way Yuji is written, it's like he's just so like, what else can you teach him about life? It just he's such a corny little bland character that there's nothing I can do with. If you're the right character with Yuji, there's nothing you can do. I guess you have to like the side characters have to change their perspective, but it's like why? Like why? Why would I focus on side characters? If that's the case, don't make Yuji the main character then, because then it's like Yuji. Oh yeah, Yuji's supposed to be you because you already have good morals and principles. You just kind of have to save people and the world, and I don't know, just save people basically, and like get people to like you, and people just fall in love with you off rip because Yuji's just a likable character that everyone just loves him. Corny, and that's why the story fails because like what else are we gonna do here? Like he's gonna die at the end of the series. And the way this show is written, I don't think he's gonna die. But if he does, he's gonna probably like Sukuna is probably gonna die. I don't know, man. I don't care. The story's not bad. It's just average. It's just an average story. Is that wrong? The power system is kind of again average. It's like Naruto Shippuden. See, I said Shippuden, I didn't say Part 1 Naruto, which was genius. Which was not genius, but it was better than Shippuden. It was just, average, man. How they fight isn't really... The fighting is entertaining. Alright? But, like, I'll get back on that more next when I talk about combat. But, like, the power system isn't really, like, complicated or different. I mean, I don't really understand, like, how do you know someone's power level in this show? You could just, like... Yo, he's strong. Like, Bleach, your spiritual pressure and stuff like that. Naruto is chakra. Hunter was like their Nen pressure or something. You can feel how strong they are. But like here, it's kind of like, what? How do you know somebody's like strong? Like I know you know someone's strong, but how do you feel them? They're like I know they feel and sense presence, but. Like, if someone was strong was to come through, you'll have like an aura covering like, yo, this guy, what the fuck? And have like an ominous to him. They don't really have that in this show, which is fine. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to do that. I guess they don't do that because then it's gonna make it difficult for them to like have the fights and have like usually just kind of muscle everything with just his curse energy, which is fine. He's not cursed. He doesn't know like curses and stuff, but he just knows how to use the energy, which is perfectly fine. And I also don't care that Yuji's like a physical specimen. Like almost every anime has that. Like every main character, they do that. Like almost every anime does that. So this way, when they make like a combat system, it wouldn't be so far fetched. So they just make the guy physically gifted already off rip. So it wasn't so he can actually hang with some of these dudes when he gets powers. Which every anime does that, like Bleach, Black Clover, but like Asta actually had to work hard to get strong. Well, it's Hunter x Hunter, you name it. Like they all like have it, or they start off with them already having powers, like other series. So like um, Naruto, Black, freaking how am I forgetting? Soul Eater, Fire Force, shows like those. Just give them powers, but I didn't have no problem usually already being physically gifted. That's not a problem for me. I really don't care about that. I think that's normal. Everyone does that, and I'm also not mad that his powers use curse energy because that again, you're the main character. Fun fact about anime. Okay, anime 101. When you're making a main character, he cannot be the most unique character. His powers cannot be overly unique. When you're making a main character, the power has to be simple because that is who you're going to have most of your time spent on. If you're going to spend that much time on the character, you cannot make him overly complex because you're going to spend more time with that individual. Like how Goku only has the Kamehameha, how Naruto is the Shadow Clone and Rasengan, how Gon has Jojo Kin, how almost every main character has like a very simple skill set because they're the main character. You gotta spend the most time with them. You can't make their skill sets overly complex. So you do that with the other characters because you're not spending so much time with them. So Luffy with his gum gum, like come on guys, that's just anime. That's manga 101, guys. For anyone who doesn't know that, I just want to teach you guys right now. That is manga 101. So another thing is, so yeah, none of that bothered me at all when it comes to like how he's so strong. So yeah, I don't. It's not bad. It's just average. What else is average? What else? Oh yeah, the fights. The fights are very entertaining. They have very entertaining fights. As the season progressed, the fights get way more intense and way more entertaining. I wouldn't recommend. And yeah, it's fun to watch the fights. I'm not gonna lie, the fights are fun to watch. They're fun to watch. Are they very thought provoking and very intricate? No, they're not. No, they are not. They're just entertaining. Like the dude, like Uvogan and his clapping. Like guys, he did that in the beginning. Like if you didn't know that, and he teleported Yuji to somewhere else. So it was like, it's not hard. Like it really isn't like like it wasn't that shocker to me. And the clapping thing was very like mundane. So yeah, it was nothing really like nothing about this show is like that unique. It's not unique at all, to be honest with you. There's really no difference between this show and My Hero. If you guys think My Hero is vanilla, then this show is also vanilla. It just has like a darker polish, and he's not even that dark. So, would I give this corny show? Personally, I'm gonna give this show like a 7.4. It's a 7.4 show. Well, it's corny as hell. Like My Hero's a 7. This is a 7.4. Like it's that slightly above. That's the first season. I'm not hyped to watch season 2. I don't care what happens in season 2. Like this show is so trash. Your show is so boring when your characters are having that moment of talking in baseball. I just skip it. There was moments of them talking I just skipped because I was like, bro, this isn't filler. You're talking for filler. Like, and it's like that's coming from someone like who enjoys the talking aspect. Like, first thing first, Vinland Saga season 2, in my personal opinion, is better than season 1 because that was just character development. That's crazy. I love season 2, and this show, man, it's just not that good. And if we're gonna compare action to action, how this show won action of the year last year is beyond me. Like, look, as much as I hate Demon Slayer, I gotta say Demon Slayer's action is way better than this whole show, bro. Like, it shows like Demon Slayer has the better action, and they're all made by Mappa, so it's not like they're made by two different studios. They're made by the same studio. Maybe not the same group of guys, but the same studio nonetheless. And Demon Slayer has way better action, and I think Demon Slayer is like a D tier show. The only thing keeping Demon Slayer watchable would be like the animation and the action, which to me is not very something you can just like boast or to like watch. So yeah, and when it comes to like story, I mean, it's not bad. It's a pretty good story. I mean, the story is not pretty good. It's just average. It's an average show, man. Like Jujutsu Kaisen is just an average series, dude. Like nothing about it is very like worth any hype or. It's like Naruto, bro. Like the guy who made this show watched all of Naruto Shippuden. He watched the Chunin exam of Part 1 Naruto, and he watched all of the Arrancar arc of Bleach. When I say all, I mean the part where like Aizen went to the fake Karakura town, and he saw like a TikTok about the Soul Society arc. Probably some TikToks here or there, and he saw Ichigo versus Grimmjow, and he heard of Hunter x Hunter, and he heard of Nen. He probably watched a whole video about Nen, and he just made this show. And yeah, that's Jujutsu Kaisen. Basically, that's his inspiration right there. Like, if he says, "Oh, I watched all of Bleach," no, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. He didn't. I don't believe him. And if he even has evidence in the shows, I don't believe you. I still wouldn't believe him. But yeah, you can know he watched all of Naruto Shippuden. This man was a Naruto Shippuden fan. This show reminds me of Naruto Shippuden because of how over the top this show is. And not Part 1 Naruto, where it was like genius and smart and intricate and how they fought. Minus Naruto's fights, maybe Naruto versus Sasuke. I don't know. Look, man, not Part 1 Naruto was better than Naruto Shippuden overall. If I would have known Naruto Shippuden was gonna be this bad, I probably wasn't gonna be as good as Part 1 Naruto. I probably wouldn't have loved Part 1 Naruto. I probably never would have watched Shippuden. But unfortunately, I made that mistake in my life and watched a little bit of it and I quit. And then just watched the end because I was like, this show is so like it's not what it just kind of lost what it was, and it did with the ninja with the freaking aliens and Kaguya. Yeah, it's not it's not the same. The show it's not the same. Naruto lost its identity. So that's one thing I want to say. Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen is an average show. It's not that bad, If you want to watch an anime and you're bored, you can watch this too. Season 2 better. I think, personally, I don't even watch Season 2. I'm not even going to look this up. I don't think Season 2's story-wise or character-wise is even better. I think Season 2 just has more fighting and better animation and more intricate fighting. I think that's what Season 2 is all about. I think that's what Season 2 is going to be. People are going to think, oh, it's just that good. I think you guys just, no, you guys just want to see extra fighting in the anime. And Jujutsu Kaisen fix you, your little fight-hungry stuff. Because you guys thought freaking Vinland Saga was trash, but Vinland Saga Season 2 is a masterpiece of how to create a Season 2. How to, character development, one of the best character development seasons I've ever seen in an anime. One of, not the, but one of. And before anyone tells me I'm a hater, guys, I want to say right now, Jujutsu Kaisen, a lot of these modern day animes are pretty garbage. They're average is great, and garbage is just, it's garbage, bro. These shows are garbage. A lot of these shows aren't that good, man. Black Clover starts off horrible, then it gets better, but I didn't even bother watching it when it got better. What else is average? My Hero's a definition of the word vanilla. Jujutsu Kaisen is corny, and Demon Slayer is just garbage, yo. Like that is garbage, yo. Just throw that away, man. Don't watch Demon Slayer. Let's just want to just watch the fights on YouTube, and just watch the visual effects and the animation. That's all you got to do. Nothing else with the show is good. And yeah, it's crazy, man. Like I've been watching, like for me, I've been watching anime since I was like 4, and that was Dragon Ball Z. And I think Dragon Ball Z isn't really that good of a show either. But like now, I love Dragon Ball Z as a kid. But I was like, old, like, this is a battle manga. It's nothing serious. So even so, there's no real story, and the show's not meant to be story-wise. Just a fun series. But like, there's shows back in the 2000s that I think get no respect. Like when I was watching Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm like, bro, like this show is medium. It's like mid. It's corny and mid. You know what was shit on Jujutsu Kaisen? Zatch Bell. If Zatch Bell came today with updated animation that was more faithful to the manga, it would make these shows look garbage. And Zatch Bell was a B tier series. It is a high B tier series. Almost A tier. It's almost an A tier, but there's a bunch of weird stuff that they do in the manga that's not making it A tier. But it was a B tier series as a manga and as an anime. Like, and the animation was trash in that time. And it's also what makes this funny was like Zatch Bell came out with hitters. Like, first thing first, Hunter x Hunter was out with Zatch Bell. Number 2, One Piece was out during Zatch Bell. Number 3, Naruto was out during Zatch Bell. Number 4, Bleach was out during Zatch Bell. Like, you had the big 3. You got Hunter x Hunter. You got this show. This show had to go up against some like heavy hitters back in 2001. Heavy hitters, and it's like. And because of that, it didn't really get the adaptation that it deserved. And the manga ended beautifully, but the manga didn't get the respect that it deserves. So, and Shonen doesn't really give this show much love. Like, Zatch Bell is a phenomenal series. Guys, reanimate it, bring it back. Like, great example, Hunter x Hunter. It was a great series, but like due to all the hiatuses, and it takes so long to finish like Tagashi's hiatus, and it takes so long to freaking make a chapter, it didn't get the love it deserved. And until like 2011, when they brought it back, guess what happened? It shat on modern day, and it shattered on all these animes. People are still talking about how great Hunter x Hunter is. It has Hunter x Hunter is a big fandom. It's such a big fandom that people are waiting for the anime to come back. So again, like I'm telling you guys, some of these early 2000 animes, late 90s, early 2000 animes are light years ahead of these shows. Like Part 1 Naruto was actually genius. Part 1 Naruto, like, is actually very good. Like, I don't know why no one ever talks about how good Part 1 Naruto is. Maybe because, like, you know, Naruto Shippuden is such a bigger, longer series. People think it's good, but it's like, no. Like, it's not that good. Like, let me tell you something. Name me one arc. Name me, out of all the arcs in Naruto Shippuden, there's only one arc that they would consider goated in Naruto Shippuden, and that is the war arc. And that arc is long. Like, it is as long as a real war. That arc was like 4 years long. Alright? It was a long arc. That is the only arc in Naruto Shippuden that's goated, and it's the longest arc, and it took them 4 years. And I say 4 years, it's not like a Tagashi 4 years. Like, he'll come back 1 year, not come back for a year, come back again for 1 year, for like 10 chapters, leave, come back for another 10 more chapters, and then dip. No, like, he was avidly writing this through the entire 4 to 5 years. Like, Tagashi, man, it's a 4 year arc. Just believe he's coming in and out, so he's not very, like, so that 4 years, technically 4 years should have been a 2 year, but he's, because, you know, he's very in and out of a series. Like, it, like the Chimera arc took him 8 years to finish, but this man was so inconsistent in making this, it felt like it was dragging on, because like he'll come back for like 1 year, not come back for like 2, come back for another year, not come back for 2, and then finish it. and then afterwards he went on like a little roll where he was actually like making manga chapters, and then he just kind of stopped. And then he came back again in 2021 or 2022, and then he stopped. He's on hiatus again. He made 10 chapters and he dipped. But I just tells you so it's not like that. This man was avidly making weekly Shonen Jump episodes of Naruto Shippuden for those years. He took like a 2 weeks, 3 weeks off, but he was avidly making those series. Okay, he was avidly writing Naruto Shippuden, and that Shippuden arc. And that war arc is their best arc, right? Well, you can go to part 1 Naruto, which isn't even as long. Minus all the fillers, Naruto part 1 Naruto isn't even that long. Like, for an example, part 1 Naruto, if we were to say which arcs are goated, we'd already know the go-to. It's going to be the Chunin exam, which is one of the greatest arcs in anime of all time, and the Sasuke retrieval arc. Those are the top two. This show is dramatically shorter and had 2 banger arcs. 2 great characters and 2 great characters, better character development, and it did it with less. Your part 1 was so good it made people want to watch Shippuden, and then people thought Shippuden was Naruto. It was like, no, Shippuden is not Naruto. Like, part 1, Shippuden is supposed to be a continuation of the OG original part 1, which was better characters, better structured, better story. Even though it's very broad, it's very like, it kind of shows you that Naruto's immaturity was there. Like, if you watch part 1, he was very loud and immature, and as the series of part 1 continues, he starts to become a little bit more mellow-headed, and he starts to be better as a character. And then, Shippuden was supposed to be a continuation of that, but then Shippuden just became such a big thing that it kind of like, you kind of just, in a way, he just kind of forgot what the first one was. Like, these guys aren't even ninjas anymore in Shippuden, bro. These dudes are doing, like, giant monster battles, and Shippuden just lost its way. So, yeah, part 1 Naruto's better. I don't know what I was continuing. I just kind of tangent on to something else about how great part 1 Naruto was. I don't think I really said anything except for, like, had better characters. The story was a bit more coherent because, like, Naruto's development as a character is based on the people around him, and he was developing people around him, where Shippuden was kind of more of like only Naruto and the rest of you guys just there. And we're only just gonna talk about Naruto and somehow Sasuke, which I don't know why Sasuke was even focused later in the series. Kind of fuck you guys, and just Naruto and Sasuke and how they're getting stronger and how they feel it a prophecy of. It's just dumb, dude. It's just so dumb. If they would have just kept this core feelings and build around their characters as like the other cast did and did in part 1, while also keeping the core of them being ninjas and Naruto, and then expand it upon like different worlds and like different like ninja nations and stuff like that, it would have been better. But unfortunately, this show didn't do any of that. I mean, they kind of did, but not really. Like with Killer Bee, because he's a tailed beast, so he just basically helped Naruto train. I don't like. It's not that good, bro. Shippuden isn't as great as part 1 Naruto. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm not really sorry, but you guys don't watch anime. And then you got shows. I don't know, man. Like Zatch Bell is just a better show. There was a YouTube. I literally watched a YouTube this morning of a YouTube channel, right? And he talked about the genius of Zatch Bell, and everything about Zatch Bell is perfect. I'm not going to ramble more because I think this episode will be longer than what it should be. But I'm just going to put the picture of it right here. You're going to see the screenshot. Watch this man. He said it's called The Genius of Zatch Bell by Enzo is Tired. Enzo is Tired. That's the name of the YouTube. It's great, man. It made me appreciate Zatch Bell. Because I remember Zatch Bell was genius, and I loved everything about Zatch Bell, man. So, you should watch that video. You get to see how great Zatch Bell is. Read the manga, and be aware of the weirdness. But, other than that, yeah. That's all I gotta say, man. I don't know. Anime's just gone so far from the fruit. Like, I don't understand. I think it's because of all the, like, anime's now a trend. So, because of the consumers are very... hopping on it because of fights. People aren't really watching it for what it was. Like anime used to be just about like good stories. Basically, just like anime is basically just by is just animation made in Japan. Just adult animation in Japan. Okay, that's what anime is. It's nothing special. It's nothing great. It's just like animation, just like all those other like great example. Justice League Unlimited or Justice League the TV series. Those are animations, right? If you go to Japan and you say, "Oh yeah, just show them Justice League Unlimited, Justice League, and Batman the animated series," they'll just say it's American anime because it's anime means animation, like all the other stuff. So I don't understand why. So you loser weebs who think you know everything, because you guys don't. It doesn't mean anything special. It just means animation. Because Japanese people can't really speak English, so animation was probably too much to just say anime. Because animation is a Western word, and they just probably just said anime because like they don't know how to say animation. So just shut the fuck up, you losers. So that's one thing. I'm sorry I got a tangent again, but again, man, it's like you guys, the show, like the genre just strayed so far from what it is. It's just like, it's becoming a character. It's becoming like, I wouldn't even say a parody, but it's like a caricature of itself. It's like it would have been, if it was for comedic purposes, I would be like it's a parody, but it's not being a parody. It's just copying things, like the basic, like the tropes that people think are like shonen tropes. Like these are Naruto tropes. They're not shonen tropes. Like a lot of shonens didn't do with this. Like, oh yeah, I'm a best friend, and I'm gonna fight you. Like, a lot of them didn't have that kind of trope, like, most of the times back when I remember when I was a kid, and maybe I'm just remembering things wrong. And maybe I didn't watch a lot of shows, basically. I don't know, man. I saw not Prince of Mayor. I've seen other shows where they never really did that. So, when I see stuff like, it seems like everyone's just trying to copy what they think is big, which I think every market does that. What's popular and what's big, they copy it. But I think if we want anime to grow, first thing first, if we want anime to be great again, I'm not saying that again. If we want anime to be what it was back in the day, we have to start bringing back anime gatekeeping. So, like, if you think Vinland Saga Season 2 is trash, you should just never watch anime ever again. And I take that whole statement. That's a statement I'm going to die for. Is it absurd? Is it kind of ridiculous? Yeah, but, like, again, like, anime isn't always about fighting, dude. It's about characters and making, like, it's about just telling a story. That's basically what anime is, just like animated story. So I don't understand why you guys are making it seem like it's this thing, but it's not. It really isn't. Like, it really. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying here, man. Maybe I'm not making any sense, but I don't understand why it's so like cringy and it's corny or it's bland, and like when a show just becomes what it is, tells a good animated story, they get crucified because it's lame and it's boring. This show's trash. It's like, guys, this is what it is. It's a story. Not everything not all anime is fighting. Okay, not every anime has to have fighting. Not every form of animation has fighting. Like Beauty and the Beast is an animation. Shit, if you talk to Japan, they'll think Beauty and the Beast is American anime. I mean, freaking Astro Boy is one of the most popular shonens in the world, and it was inspired by Disney animation. So like, so I don't see what's the deal. You guys don't have to follow these trends to make a good story, man. Like, it really isn't necessary. If you have a good story with good characters, most people aren't even gonna notice there's no fighting. Like, great example, Hunter x Hunter. Bro, I watched 17 episodes of Hunter x Hunter, and I didn't even realize there was hardly no fighting. I was just enjoying watching it because I thought it was fun. I knew nothing about Hunter x Hunter, except for like dodgeball episode. That's what made me watch the show. So, that's one thing I gotta say, man. You guys need to just enjoy watching a good story. And if there's fighting, and enjoy the fights, and if it's a good fight scenes, you gotta make the fight scenes good if you're gonna make fighting. and just enjoy what the story is, and just enjoy a good story, man. Like all forms of animation is just a story. It's just telling a story in like a cartoon visual, bro. Like the superhero animation stuff, like DC, like back in the day when DC was killing it, the animated studios. Now it's kind of mid. They just told good stories, and it was just all animation. So I don't understand why anime can't just do that now. It's almost as if people took the word, like took like these Japanese animations, and they just kind of made it to like this thing where that's not true because that's what's popular in their culture, and they thought it was like, I mean, people just took what the big ones that are probably easy to understand and made it to something that doesn't even exist. And then now, I mean, now it exists because you guys made these like weird trends and weird like like trope that you guys want, to now like guys who, when they make these shows, they have to like make it a way that people can like it, so they have to do a lot of tropes, which again I think it kind of stunts a lot of like mangas that have great storytelling and great action and great everything. But like, because you guys want something like so stereotypical and just want just crazy action, you guys are making like really good stories not come out. And when a good story does come out, you guys just destroy it, so it doesn't even get to flourish, and it just becomes like a caricature of what it isn't, but what it is. If that makes sense. And how long is this? Like 40 minutes? I think I've talked enough. Oh, this is 56 minutes. Holy crap. Well, that's the end of this episode. Well, yeah.